One topic that is very easy and can come is triangle geometry. For sure, many questions will come from here. Okay, so I'll start. We'll start with the orthocenter of a triangle. So for example, if this is a triangle ABC, what is orthocenter? Orthocenter is basically the point of intersection of the altitudes, right? Point of intersection of the altitudes of the triangle. So what are altitudes? Altitudes will be perpendiculars drawn from the vertex to the opposite side. So this is one altitude. Let's call it AD. And one another altitude will be like this, BE. And the third altitude will be CF, for example. So these are the three altitudes. And what we have is the point of intersection of these is known as the orthocenter, or H. Sometimes are also denoted by O or something, but right now we'll write it as H. So this point is the orthocenter. We can prove by Cheva's and Menelau's theorem, Cheva's theorem, that these three altitudes will intersect or are concurrent. But right now I'm not going to discuss that. Right now we need to understand what properties we can figure out from here. So as discussed in the previous class, we know that if A is the vertex here, then this side is called small a, and this is small b, and this is small c, right? Now we have this altitude. Now can you find out all the angles and all the side lengths in this figure?
Age
So by
equals
that,
alpha.
what I mean is, can you find out this angle, for example? Tell me, what is this angle?
90 minus b.
90 minus b. This angle similarly will be 90 minus a, if you think about it. Everyone should realize that this is 90 minus b, this is 90 minus a. What is this angle?
90 minus C.
90
90
minus
minus
c.
C.
90 minus c, right? This one. Similarly, what is this angle? Can you find out?
A.
A. Correct. And similarly, you can find out all the angles. You have
Sir,
realized.
A.
Yes. You don't have to yell. You can type in the chat. If you know the answer, you can just write it in the chat. So what I'm saying is, you will be able to find out all the angles in this figure. Any small angle that I ask, you can find out. This one will be 90 minus a, this one will be 90 minus b, and so on. Similarly, all the lengths we will try to find out. So right now, if I remove all of the markings that I have made right now, one second. So I'll just rub off some of the stuff. Which lengths are known? Right now, we know the base lengths A, C, and B, right? Can you tell me what is BD?
C cos B.
Correct. BD is C cos B. Everyone should understand that. Similarly, CD will be what?
B cos C. B cos C.
B
B
cos.
cos C, right? Correct. And so all the portions of the sides, BD, CD, CE, EA, AF, FB, all of those are easy to find, right? Everyone can list down those values, correct?
Yes, sir.
Right. Similarly, you can also say, what is AD? AD is what?
C sin B.
C square meant.
C sin B, correct? And similarly,
B sin
BE,
C.
BE will be A sin C, right? BE.
Sir, I
And
can say that AD is B sin C also.
AD,
Can't I?
that's because C sin B is equal to B sin C.
Yeah.
Because it is sine rule, right?
Yes.
You can do it in two ways, right? So similarly, you can find
Oh.
AD, BE, CF, all of those lengths also, right? Now, the problem is when you ask what is HD and what is HA, those are slightly more challenging. Can you
R
figure
cos A.
R cos.
what is
AH, AH is R cos A.
2 R
AH
cos.
is 2R cos A, not R cos A. But that is not obvious. How do you know it is 2R cos A? How do you know AH length?
Side.
So we can apply AEH, Pythagoras and AEH.
Pythagoras on AEH. So how do you know then HE?
Sir, by the sine rule that AY sine.
Correct. So you will not do Pythagoras theorem because you don't know this, right? HE. Correct. Are you understanding what I'm saying? So what we'll do
Yes,
is
sir.
sine rule. We'll do sine rule. So like this. So let's say this is D and this is another perpendicular E. This is A, B, C. This is also 90. This is H. I want to find HA or HD. So first think of what is HA. HA is distance of orthocenter from the vertex, right? Distance of orthocenter from vertex A. Correct. So what we will do is we'll find HB. HB is distance of orthocenter from vertex B, right? So let's try to find out HB here. So how do we do that? We'll look at the right angle triangle here, this right angle triangle, and here HB we have to find. So we know BD, right? We know BD was equal to C cos B, correct? Is everyone understanding what I'm saying? BD was C cos
Yes.
B. And this angle was 90 minus C, right?
3 cos B into
Correct.
sec
So-
90 minus.
So now what I will say is, what is this length? So we can say that cos of 90 minus C is equal to C cos B by BH, right? Because this is a right
Yes.
angle triangle. So BH will be equal to C cos B by cos 90 minus C is sin C, right? Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And C by sin C is 2R. C by sin
Yeah.
C is 2R. So you get BH is equal to 2R cos B, right?
Yes, sir.
So once you get BH length as 2R cos B, after that it is very easy to find HD because now you know this is C cos B and this is 2R cos B. So you can find HD, right? You can again do a trigonometric ratio. You can say that sine of 90 minus C, sine of 90 minus C would be HD by HB, right? Therefore, HD would be equal to, this is cos C multiplied by 2R cos B. So it will be 2R cos B cos C, right? That is your HD. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So basically what we have found out right now is if I draw an orthocenter in a triangle, I know the distance of orthocenter from the vertex also, and I know the distance of orthocenter from the sides also. So let's say this is my orthocenter, this is 90, 90, this is H. I know A, B, C, and D, E, and one more F here, F here. I can tell you what is HA, HB, HC, which is distance of orthocenter from the vertices, and that will always be 2R cos A, 2R cos B, 2R cos C, right? And I can also tell you now HD, HE, and HF, which is distance of orthocenter from the sides, and that will be for HD. Notice that it is
Cos B cos C.
cos B cos C because it is on BC, right? So it is cos B cos C, and HE was on which one? CA. So HE will be 2R cos C cos A, right? Correct.
Yes, sir.
So similarly, you have all the three distances here, right? Correct. Is everyone
sir.
understanding this?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, great. So now what is the point of doing all this? The point of doing all this is now we'll look at some very interesting proofs. So for example, in this figure, in this orthocenter figure, A, B, C, and I have, this is D, this is E, this is F. These are all altitudes, and this is my H point, right? Now, can you look at this figure and tell me if you can spot any cyclic quadrilaterals here? What is a
HBC.
cyclic?
HBC.
Uh, what is a cyclic quadrilateral?
Opposite
The
from
quadrilateral
180
is
is
described in a
there are
circle.
so many.
180 degree.
Correct, correct. Everyone don't speak at the same time. You can just type if you know.
Sir,
We
6
will-
quadrilaterals.
Correct. There
Yeah.
are many cyclic quadrilaterals, but we'll see. Look at the main ones. First of all, cyclic quadrilateral is a quadrilateral. All vertices are on one circle, right? Are on one circle. And basically opposite angles are supplementary. Correct?
Sir, we can prove concurrency of altitudes by common chord ED.
We can. So right now what I want you to understand is this cyclic quadrilateral CDHE is cyclic because this 90 and this 90, right? And similarly, BDHF is cyclic because of this 90 and this 90, right? And other quadrilaterals as well. So what is the point of that? Because that helps us find out the length of DE, DF, and EF. So when you join the 3 feet of the perpendicular, right here, DEF are the feet of
Orthic
the
triangle.
perpendicular.
Fourth.
So that triangle is called the orthic triangle or the pedal triangle, right? And if someone asks you what is the length of the side of a orthic triangle, length of the
Sir,
side,
Ptolemy's theorem we can apply.
length of the sides. So how will we do that? Length of the sides. We can do simple sine rule or cosine rule also, right? In this orthic triangle, can you tell me the angles? What is this angle, this angle? I'm going to ask you angle HDE. What is angle HDE? Everyone can see the labeling, right? H here, D here, E here, right? HDE is not 45. Not necessarily 45. Someone is saying same as ACF, correct. It is same as angle ACF. Why?
Cyclic.
Because HDCE is a cyclic quadrilateral. So in that cyclic quadrilateral, notice that HE is a
90 minus
chord. HE is a chord, right, in that quadrilateral. So HE chord is subtending one angle here, so that will subtend the same angle here, right, because it is cyclic.
90 minus A.
So that will be equal to 90 minus A, right? Is everyone understanding why this angle is 90 minus A?
Yes, sir.
Right. Similarly, this angle, you will find out that this angle is also 90 minus A. The angle HDF. HDF is also 90 minus A because now there is this cyclic quadrilateral, right? BDHF. And in that cyclic quadrilateral, the chord is HF, and HF chord subtends an angle HDF here and an angle HBF here, right? An angle HBF we had earlier found out to be 90 minus A, right? I hope everyone is understanding why it is 90
Yes,
minus
sir.
90 minus A, right?
Yes, sir.
So basically what we have found is that angle FDE, which is one angle of the orthic triangle, is equal to this 90 minus A plus 90 minus A. So it is 180 minus 2A, right?
Sir, it means that H is also the incenter of orthic
Correct.
triangle.
It means that this HD line is actually angle bisector in the triangle FDE, and similarly this line HF line is also angle bisector because this angle would be 180 minus 2C, and this angle would be 180 minus 2b in the same, by the same logic. So H will be in center of the orthic triangle. H, which is orthocenter of the ABC triangle, is in center of DEF triangle, which is a nice result. In center of the DEF triangle, right? Orthic triangle. Also, now because we know the angles, we can find the side lengths. Let's try to find the side length DF, right? Here DF side length I want to try to find. So I'll just rub off this stuff. Whenever you have a question where you need to find out some small portion, some particular aspect of a figure, and it is a complicated figure, it will be useful for you to isolate that portion. So don't try to mark everything here only. What you should do is this: isolate this figure like this and just focus on this. So this is H, this is D, this is F, right? And what do you know? You know that this angle is 90 minus A, right? You know that this angle is 90 minus C, correct? Here. Is everyone understanding what I'm saying?
FHDB.
DFH angle is 90 minus C, right? This one.
Excuse me, sir.
Huh?
Sir, can't we directly apply Ptolemy's in FHDB?
FHDB. You can directly apply, but I am not using Ptolemy's because not everyone knows Ptolemy, no? So I'm doing sine rule.
Okay.
I'm applying the simplest possible thing.
Sir, angle FHD is angle B.
Angle FHD is this angle.
180
FHD.
minus B.
So it is C plus A, no? This angle should be
Yes,
C plus A, no? Correct, which is 180 minus B, right? What I will say is, in this triangle, what is the information you know? From before, you know HF length, right? We had derived that length earlier, HF, right? 2R cos A cos B. Do you remember 2R cos A cos
Yes.
B?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, HD would be 2R cos B cos C, right?
Yes, sir.
So you know two sides, you know all angles. So then obviously you can find the third side, right? By sine rule. You can do x by sine this. X by sine 180 minus B should be equal to HD by sine 90 minus C, right? This is your sine rule, right? Is everyone understanding how I'm writing sine rule?
Yes, sir.
A by sine A is equal to B by sine B. So I'm saying x by sine of this angle is equal to HD by sine of this angle, right? Correct. So x by sine 180 minus theta is equal to sine theta. So this is sine B. And HD we already know to be 2R cos B cos C. So 2R cos B cos C, and divided by sine 90 minus C is cos C. So cos C cancels. And what we get is x is equal to
2R
2R
sin B cos.
sine B cos B.
Sir,
So
R
now-
sin to B. R sin to B.
Yes. Okay. It is R sine 2B, but there is an alternative way to write it, which is B by sine B is 2R, right? B by sine B is 2R, no?
B
Yes,
cos-
sir.
So B is equal to 2R sine B. So you can write it also as B cos B, right? This is also correct. Both are the same thing, right? So the orthic triangles angles are 180 minus 2A, 180 minus 2B, 180 minus 2C, and the side lengths are A cos A, B cos B, C cos C, right? Correct. Is everyone understanding this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what I want you to think about is, suppose you have a triangle like this, and it is given that, wait 1 second. Let A1, this is A, this is B, this is C. Let A1 BB1 and CC1 be the altitudes. BB1 and CC1 be the altitudes of a triangle. Okay. So these are the three altitudes. And H is the orthocenter. H is the orthocenter. What you need to tell me how is you have to prove that AH into HA1, AH into HA1 is equal to BH into HB1 is equal to CH into HC1.
Yes, sir, it is proven because it will come
Sir,
4
it is
after and
solving.
then all the cos A, cos B, and cos C terms will combine.
That is one way to prove it. One way to prove it, because now we know all of these lengths, it is obvious that you can get it, right? But imagine if you didn't know that HA was equal to 2R cos A and HA1 was equal to 2R cos B cos C, right?
Sir,
So
Huh?
similar triangles.
sir, A, B1, A1, and B is a cyclic quadrilateral. So power of point proves that AH into HA1 equals BH into HB1.
Which is a cyclic quadrilateral? A,
A,
A1,
B1, sir,
B,
A,
B1.
B1, A1, B.
A, B, A1, B1, this one.
Yes, sir.
How is it cyclic quadrilateral?
Sir, because
That also you have to prove, no?
yes, sir, because on the same
So
chord
first of
AB,
all,
same
pause
angles.
1 second. One way to prove this is this, right? Everyone understands this way, right? You can just multiply, you know the
Yes.
lengths, right? You will get all the three lengths are coming out to be equal, right? All the three products will come out to be the same, correct?
Yes, sir.
That is the bashing method. That is the trigonometry method, which is super easy. Like that is why we have done this much trigonometry, so that this type of solutions are obvious to you. The other method is the synthetic method, which is by geometry. So pure geometry solution would be what? To think of this as a cyclic quadrilateral. First of all, how will this be a cyclic quadrilateral?
Sir, angle A1, AB1B and angle A1B is the same on chord AB.
No, then you are assuming it is cyclic. No, you have to prove it is cyclic, not say that it is same on chord.
Sir, on a single line segment, if two angles are same, then all four points are concyclic is an axiom.
You are saying that this angle is 90 minus A and this angle is 90 minus A, therefore it is cyclic.
No, sir. Sir, I'm
Yes,
saying
you are
that
saying that only. AB1 is one line and two angles are being
no,
suspended.
sir. I'm saying
Sir.
AB is a line AB
That's
and AB1B and A1B are same 90-90.
AB1B and
A1B.
AA1B. It's the same thing that you're saying. I was saying this line and these two angles. That's also true, right?
Sir, for
This,
writing 90 minus A and 90 minus A, you are assuming 90. But I'm directly taking what is given.
I'm not assuming anything. I already know that this is 90. How am I assuming anything? This is orthocenter, right? We just now found the angles. We have just now found the angle, no? A1 B1 के बीच में यहाँ पे 90 minus A होता है.
Yes, sir.
How is that an assumption, dude? Just now in orthic triangle we got this as 90 minus A, no?
Got it, sir.
तो same ही चीज है. If A
Sir, I guess your screen is lagging.
Sir, no voice. You are muted, perhaps.
Hello.
Yes,
sir,
sir.
now you're
Now it
audible.
is
Yes, sir, it's audible.
So what I'm saying is if A, B1, A1B is cyclic, then how do you prove this?
So then power of point on point H, intersection of two chords.
So if someone doesn't know that, it is called intersecting chords theorem. Intersecting chords theorem of a circle or by power of a point. So if you have a circle like this and there is two chords in a circle, this is point P, and this is AB, and this is CD. You will be able to prove that PA into PB is equal to PC into PD, right? You can prove it by similar triangles, by the way. Okay,
Yes, sir.
join these and you will be able to prove it by similar triangles. You should try that proof yourself. It is a very simple thing. Like if you understand power of a point, it will be obvious. Otherwise, just go online and find out the proof for intersecting chords theorem. So by that, we will get that AH into HA1 is BH into HB1 is CH into HC1, right? Correct. Now,
Yes,
another
yes.
property that you need to know is a very useful property is this. The reflection of the orthocenter
सर एक बार दिखाएंगे वो वाला पिक्चर,
Lies
अगला
on the
वाला,
circumcircle.
पहला वाला दिखाएंगे एक बार.
Okay, 1 second.
Done, sir.
Okay. So the other property that you need to know is reflection of the orthocenter with respect to the sides of a triangle lies on the circumcircle. Reflection of orthocenter with respect to the sides of a triangle lies on the circumcircle. Okay, of the triangle. Now, how would you prove this one? Suppose this is the thing, and I'm going to draw a rough circumcircle here. This is A, this is B, this is C, and I have my orthocenter somewhere here. This is 90, this is 90, this is my orthocenter H. Now the theorem is saying that if you reflect H on the side BC, so this reflection H dash will lie on circumcircle, if H dash is the reflection of H dash is reflection of H on side BC.
Sir,
What do
we
you-
will first.
What do you
Sir,
mean
we
by
can-
reflection of a point on a side? We mean that
Sir,
these
Same
two-
distance.
yes, sir.
they will be perpendicular and this will be equal to this, right?
So if we can connect BH dash and H dash C and we can prove congruent triangles. So
Which triangles are congruent? This,
sir, sir, if you could name that point.
which point? H dash
E-
C have
Foot of the
named
perpendicular.
D.
Sir, HDB and BDH dash.
HDB and BDH are congruent, you're saying.
Yes, sir.
I mean
Yes,
HDB and
sir.
H dash DB.
HDB and H dash DB are congruent. But what are you assuming right now?
Sir, we need to first assume that it lies on the circumcircle, then we need to prove that it is the mirror image or it is a reflection.
So right now you have to assume that it is reflection and you will have to prove that it lies on circumcircle, right? That is the first version, right?
Sir, SAS.
So you will assume right now, let's assume that HD is equal to DH dash because it is reflection, right? And by SAS, you can say that, okay, it is congruent. So then you will get what? You'll get HB is equal to H dash P, right?
So similarly, HDC is congruent to H dash DC.
Correct. Then you will get from there CH is equal to H dash C, right? Then what? How will you show that H
Sir,
dash?
angles.
What angles?
Sir,
You might
BC is
say-
subtending angle A and then
BC is subtending angle A, but we know that A lies on the circle. We don't know yet that H dash lies on the circle or not. We don't know that. We have to prove that, right?
Sir, DAC
Sir-
is same as HBC.
DAC is same as BC.
Sir,
Huh?
sir, that arc BH1, BH dash is subtending an angle.
Nee,
It is
that,
subtending equal
there-
angle BAH
I
dash
understand what
and
you're saying, but there is a
BCH.
problem, right? There is a
Sir, I was thinking to prove congruent
opposite.
CHD and CDH
Yeah, yeah.
dash.
So what you are doing right now is you are assuming it lies on the circle and you are proving congruency, right?
Yes, sir. That is more better, I think.
Excuse me, sir.
But you should also be able to do the side where it is reflection and prove that reflection lies on the circle, right?
Excuse me, sir.
Uh,
Sir, if we can prove angle BH dash C equals 180 minus A, sir, then it follows that ABH dash C is a cyclic quadrilateral. Sir, so that
Correct.
can be done. That can be done because B angle BHD and angle BH dash D are equal by
This
congruency.
angle is equal to this angle, and this angle is equal to this angle, right?
Yes, sir. And angle BHD and
Uh,
BH dash D.
so now you will get this angle, right?
Yes, sir.
Because what is this angle? Can someone tell me this angle? This is 90 minus C, right?
90 minus
90 minus C. And what is this angle? This
90
is
minus.
90
90
minus
minus
90
B.
minus B, right? So this is equal and this is equal. So this angle must be B plus C, right?
180 minus A.
And this is A, right? Correct. So A plus B plus C is 180, right?
Yes, sir.
So therefore, you get that H dash A, B, C are cyclic quadrilateral, right? So that is the straight method of proving. The other thing that people are saying where you are assuming that it is lying on the circumcircle and from there you can also prove congruency, that is proving the converse, right? So both are correct. This is the way to prove the normal statement. I hope everyone is understanding what is happening. Have
Yes,
you
sir.
understood why this is
Okay.
coming now? Cyclic it is coming because of the angles, right? Correct. We will move on then. Then the next thing is prove that the circumcenter of a triangle and orthocenter. Prove that the orthocenter and circumcenter,
Lie on a same line, Euler.
that we will come to. Orthocenter and circumcenter are a new term that you might not know, are called isogonal conjugates. Are isogonal conjugates of each other. That means this. So let's first draw the figure. Basically, if you have any angle, if you have a triangle like this, if one point and another point are isogonal conjugates, that means if I join it like this and I join it like this, right? This angle is equal to this angle. Okay. So if my orthocenter is here, H, and circumcenter is here, O, right? Then if they are isogonal conjugates, the angle that H line to the vertex makes with this must be equal to this. So let's see in the real figure here, A, B, C. If you see this figure here, let's draw our orthocenter roughly. So orthocenter will be something like this. Okay, the second line is not looking perpendicular. Like this, something like this orthocenter will be here, right? And circumcenter will be if I make perpendicular bisectors. Correct. Is everyone understanding? This is circumcenter and this is
Yes.
orthocenter. So what we need to prove is that if I join O to A, this angle is same as this angle. Now it should be easy if you know the meaning of this word isogonal conjugates. So that means just that they are equally inclined from the two lines that make up the angle A, right? The AH line has same angle with AB as OA line has angle with AC, right? You have to prove this. So we already know this angle, no? What is
Yes.
this angle?
90 minus
90 minus B.
So let's just find out the angle that OA makes with AC.
Sir, if we join OC, then isosceles
OC,
triangle.
then constructing a circumcircle
So this will be 2B, right?
Double, yes. sir.
will be.
So this much will be B, right? And this will be 90.
And 90 minus.
This will be 90 minus B,
Yes.
right? So we have proved that the OA line makes B from this side and AH line makes 90 minus B from this side. So they are isogonal conjugates. Okay. The usefulness of this will be obvious when you will be doing a question where find the distance between OH, find the distance OH. Okay, I'll do it just now only. Find the distance OH. How will you do? In any triangle, this distance.
D square minus 2R.
No, that is OI, orthocenter, circumcenter, in center. You remember this, right? That is what you're saying.
Okay, sir.
This is what I think you are saying. Orthocenter, in
Yes,
center,
sir.
circumcenter, in center distance you are saying right now. What we need is circumcenter to orthocenter. Okay. Don't try to memorize these things. Okay. The point is
Sir,
to
can you
understand.
please read? Sir, can I, sir, what is the value of R, sir? Bigger.
It is circumradius bigger.
Yes, sir. What is the value?
The value is whatever it is in a triangle. There is no formula for circumradius. You can only get it by sine rule.
Sir, I think we should use that AH is 2R cos A and AO is capital R and
Correct. Correct.
angle HAO is
Hmm.
basically 90 minus A.
Correct. So what I want you to understand is, suppose someone asks you a random distance like A, B, C. Right now I asked you distance between orthocenter and circumcenter, right? Like here was my orthocenter, circumcenter was somewhere here, right? And somebody asked you this distance. So right now, if you see, this distance is floating in air, like not connected to much, right? The best way to handle such questions where they will ask you a random distance is to make your distance as part of some triangle, as a part of some good triangle, some nice triangle. What do I mean by that? What I mean is, right now, if you connect OA, right, then I get a triangle AOH about which I know some stuff, right?
Yes, sir. Cosine rule.
You will do cosine rule. You know some stuff about this triangle because OA is R, AH is 2R cos A, and just now we got that this angle is 90 minus B, 90 minus B, right? So this angle we know now, right? This angle will be what?
A plus
Mine.
2B minus 180.
It will be A minus 2
2
times
times 9,
90 minus B, right? So it will be A plus 2B minus
Minus
180.
180. Yes, sir.
And 180 you can write as A plus B plus C, right?
B minus.
180 you can always write as A plus B plus C. So A
B minus
cancels
C.
and this comes out as B minus C, right? So now we can do simple cosine rule. We need X. So we can do cos of B minus C should be equal to R square plus 2R cos A whole square minus X square by 2 into R into 2R cos A, right? Correct.
Yes.
And if the data in the question is given, if they have given some values and all, now you can just put in the values and you will find solve for X, right?
Yes.
So ultimately you will get a formula for this. X will come out to be, I think, R root over 1 minus 8, I think sin A, sin B, sin C. I'm not sure. It is there in SL only, you can check it. I think this is the result. But it will come as a nice formula. But the point is not to memorize the formula, but to understand that whenever something is asked, I will make it part of some triangle, and from there I will try to figure out what to do. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The next thing that I want to talk about here is this result. Prove this. Prove that the circumcenter of a triangle, circumcenter of a triangle is the orthocenter of the medial triangle. What is the medial triangle?
Triangle made by the point of medians.
A
Vertices
midpoint.
where the
Midpoints,
Midpoints of side.
midpoints.
ABC, if you make a median like this, it will be here, midpoint here, one median, and one median will be at this midpoint here, let's say, and another would be at
That
this.
drawing not complete, sir.
Huh?
The drawing is incomplete.
What drawing?
Sir, the drawing is some part is sir.
Huh? Just relax, dude. Like I'm drawing it. This is the situation. This is the medial triangle. What you have to prove, circumcenter of the triangle. So basically ABC is the orthocenter of medial triangle DEF. Right? How would you prove this? Think about it.
Sir, as the point where AD intersects FE will be the midpoint of FE.
The point where AD intersects FE will be midpoint of FE. Why?
Excuse
Why
me,
are
sir.
you so sure?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, all the
Sir,
four
I
triangles are congruent.
1 second, let someone else speak. No, why are you shouting before someone when someone is speaking? Wait for your turn, dude. Yeah, what were you saying?
Sir, FE will be parallel to BC.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, like since O is the circumcenter of triangle ABC,
Okay, so I'll mark O somewhere. Wait 1 second. I'll make a perpendicular from here, right? And I'll make a perpendicular from here, midpoints, right?
yes, sir.
This is my O. Then,
So like since the lines making O pass through D, E, and F, and they are perpendicular at D, E, and F onto BC. So it's
they will also be perpendicular here
yes, sir.
because FE is
Sir, they're
parallel to
perpendicular
BC.
bisectors. And perpendicular bisectors form circumcircle.
Yes. Okay. Don't get so excited, man. It's fine. Just you understand, that's great. What is happening here? FE is parallel to BC, right? FE is parallel to BC by midpoint theorem. And therefore, if you draw a perpendicular from D, which is basically the perpendicular bisector of BC, then that perpendicular is perpendicular to BC, therefore it is perpendicular to EF. Therefore, that line is an altitude. The perpendicular bisector of the big triangle of ABC is an altitude of the triangle DEF, right? That is
Yes,
the
sir.
main thing. If you get that, that comes because of midpoint theorem, then you will be able to say that circumcenter of the big triangle is orthocenter of the medial triangle, right? Now, a few more problems. Let's see. Okay, 1 second, just hold on. Okay, the question is this. Let I be the incenter of triangle ABC. Let I be the incenter of triangle ABC if I is extended, if BI extended intersects the circumcircle at P, if BI extended intersects the circumcircle at P, then prove that AP is equal to CP is equal to PI. So draw the figure first. Let's draw the figure. This is my triangle ABC. A, B, C. I will draw the circumcircle roughly. Circumcircle is like this, let's say. Okay. And in center, first I have to make the in center of the triangle, right? So in center would be angle bisector. So one angle bisector like this and one angle bisector like this. And this is my I, and the question is saying BI line is extended. This BI line is extended to meet the circumcircle at P, right? We have to prove that AP is equal to CP is equal to PI.
Sir, AP is equal to CP. I have proved that since BI is the angle bisector, then AP chord is subtending BY2 angle and
The
BY2.
triangle
then,
API is congruent to triangle CPI.
Let the other person finish. Like,
Sir, AP chord is subtending BY2 angle here, and it is also subtending
B by 2
A.
here. No.
Yes, sir.
No, wait 1 second. How is it subtending B by 2 here? Okay, because it is a circle. So this is B by 2, then this has to be B by 2, right?
Same here. CAP is also B/2. So isosceles.
AP is it also B by 2? Yes, correct.
Isosceles.
Because of this chord, right?
Yes, sir.
So is everyone understanding what he is saying?
Yes, sir.
So this becomes isosceles, so you can prove that this is equal to this. But what about PI?
Sir, by chord BC, we can also prove the BAC is equal to BPC.
BAC is equal to BPC, correct? Yeah.
Yes, so as an angle P is equal to angle C, then these lines will be equal.
Angle P is equal to angle C.
C means C by 2, this B by 2.
Wait, what are you saying?
I'm saying that the intersection, let the intersection point be O.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at BAC is BAC will also be a B by 2. BAC. Sorry, BAC nahi. Oh, no. Sorry. It was wrong. Wrong assumption. No, sorry.
Think, how will we prove the other part?
Sir, I think BI upon IO is AB plus BC upon AC, and as its internal angle bisector, so AO upon OC is AB upon BC by that.
That all that is correct. AO upon OC is equal to AB upon BC. That is correct. And also BI by IO is AB plus BC by AC. But how is that help? Is it helping us find anything? We have
Sir,
to find PI.
sir, that angle IAO, it will be A/2.
And this will be A by 2, correct?
Yes, and APB, it will be C.
APB would be
C.
C because yeah, C, correct.
And then
Let's
I was thinking to prove that angle PAI is equal to AIP.
PAI is equal to, see, if you want
AIP.
to prove CP and PI, you should look at some triangle which has CP and PI, right?
Yes, I was thinking to do that.
CP
And then,
and PI. So, or
yeah,
AP
and
and
then,
PI. Look at this
180
triangle.
minus
Yeah.
180 minus A plus B by 2, it
Ah.
will be C.
Correct.
C by 2. And
Just look at triangle API, right? We have found that this angle is C, right? Correct. If we need to prove that AP is equal to PI, AP is equal to PI, we need to show that this angle is equal to this angle, right?
yes,
And this angle we know is A by 2 plus B by 2, right?
yes,
So we just have to find out this angle, no? Correct.
Yes.
So
That angle comes out to be A by 2 plus B by 2. Then only A plus B plus C equals to 180.
that angle comes out to be A by
Sir,
2 plus B by 2.
Angle
Right?
BIC is B plus.
Angle
Angle
BIC is 90.
AIP comes out to be B by 2 plus A by 2.
How?
Sir, because if the angle is A by 2 plus B by 2, then if we sum up all the angles we get of triangle PAI, then we get all the angles sum to 180.
Sir, can we say that
Yeah.
that angle?
Yeah, that is correct. What he is saying is correct. This is C, this is A by 2 plus B by 2. Then this has to be 180 minus A by 2 plus B by 2 minus C, right? So,
Sir, we can do C as C by 2 plus C by 2.
hmm.
And then C by 2 plus A by 2 plus B by 2 equals to 90.
Yeah. That is
180
correct.
minus 90, which is equal to 90 minus C by 2.
This triangle
We
will
know
come
that
out as
180
isosceles.
is equal to A plus B plus C. So already we have A by 2 plus B by 2 plus C. So the other angle should be A by 2 plus B by 2.
Yeah. So it is isosceles and you will get AP is equal to PI, right? Also, you should know that this angle is 90 plus half A, right?
B plus.
This angle, BIC.
Yes, sir.
This is 90 plus half A. Half A, right. Yeah. So we have here it is B by 2, here it is A by 2. We know this also, right? B by 2, A
90
by
plus
2.
C.
We know this, we know this. We probably can find out this one also now. Since this will be 90 minus half A, right? Because
Yes.
it is a straight line, no? You understand what I'm saying? I can find this angle, I can find this angle, I can find this angle. So this angle is known, right? Because it will be 360 minus these angles, right? Is everyone getting it, what we are discussing? So basically,
Yes,
you can
sir.
prove that
Yeah.
your AP is equal to CP is equal to PI. Now, the next thing is,
Sir,
can
we observe one thing that angle AOP will be 90 degree?
AOP will be 90 degree. How? How do you know that?
As sir, angle BOC will be no.
This figure has become too complicated now. 1 second.
The angle APC will be 90 degree.
APC. Why?
No, sir. It will be 180 minus B.
Yeah.
Sir, but it's a semicircle.
How will you know that it is semicircle? This is not the center, dude. Who's saying that this is the center? This is just the point where BI is cutting this base AC.
Okay, sir.
This is not center of the circle. Right? Okay. Anyway, now we'll look at the Euler line. So Euler line result is that orthocenter, circumcenter, and centroid lie on the same straight line.
Collinear.
Are collinear. collinear, and there is a nice ratio. So if you call orthocenter O, don't get confused. Sometimes we call orthocenter H, sometimes O. Don't get confused by it. Just for now, let's just call orthocenter as O and centroid as G, and circumcenter as C. So it is like this. There is a N also here, 9-point center. ONGC it is 2:1 ratio. Okay. So OG is to GC is equal to 2:1, and also ON is to NC is equal to 1:1. So basically N, 9-point center, is the midpoint of OC. Is the midpoint.
It is
No.
the midpoint of OG.
OC. It is the midpoint of OC, not OG. Don't remember wrong results and confuse everyone.
Sir, please draw by doing triangle.
I will draw the triangle. I'm just telling you the results right now. You need to know these things. N is the midpoint of OC. G is the 2/3 point, right? 2/3 of OC, right? So now we'll draw the triangle. Let's see. This is the situation A, B, C. And we'll first draw orthocenter 90 and 90. This is my orthocenter. Now I need centroid, so I need midpoints. Midpoint here, midpoint here. I'll join two midpoints. These are medians. Two medians I will join. So this is going to be my G. I'll mark it here. And then I need perpendicular bisectors here, right, for circumcenter. Perpendicular here and one perpendicular like this, right? This will be my, see, that is why sometimes notation
The
becomes a problem.
circumcenter.
This is circumcenter, and I'll mark it as C here. I'll call this a C dash, right? So you have OGC, right? And the theorem is saying that this is a straight line. OGC lie on a straight line, and they are collinear, and OG is to GC is equal to 2:1. That is the thing. Now, how do we prove this? Think about it. Like
There's some
assume
similarity.
assume that it is collinear for now. And
Sir, by using midpoint theorem.
We can prove by similarity here.
AOG and
this
DCG.
AOG and DGC. Triangle AOG and DGC. You can prove they are similar. And then you will get ratio of 2:1 here. Okay. How are they similar? Notice that this distance we already knew was 2r cos A, right?
Yes.
And okay, and this distance is circumcenter's distance from the side, right?
R cos A.
So it will be r cos A because this much is r and this angle was A. So this is r cos A, right? And they are both perpendicular to the same line BD, so they are parallel also.
So then we can easily find out that their ratio is 2:1.
Yeah, ratio is 2:1 can come from this 2r cos A and r cos A, and similarity comes from parallel. AO is parallel to CD. And therefore angle here will be equal to angle here and vertically opposite angle, right? So you'll prove similarity and you'll get ratio 2:1, and therefore OG by GC will be 2:1. So that is a very important result. 9-point center we will discuss in a bit. 9-point center right now you guys don't know, no? What is 9-point center? Do you know?
Sir, the circle which touch all the
Yes, sir. The midpoints, the foot of the perpendicular.
Where is N?
And the
Right now we have not marked N in this
Sir,
figure
what is-
because it will become too complicated if I mark N also right now. So I've not marked it, but 1 second. So how do we mark n? N is the midpoint of OC, by the way. So first make the circle. The circle will be through the foot of the perpendiculars here. Let's call it D, and there will be E here, and there will be F here, somewhere here. Okay, I don't want to draw the 9-point circle in this figure. The points on the 9-point circle you need to know are 9-point circle will pass through DEF, where these are the orthic triangle points, orthic triangle vertices, right? What is the question? Someone is raising their hand. Go ahead, you can say whatever your question is.
So that person hasn't connected to audio.
Yeah, okay, we'll go ahead. DEF are 3 points, midpoints of A, B, C, and AB, BC, CA are the other 3 points. AB, BC, CA are the other 3 points, and also it passes through midpoints of the AH, midpoints of AH, HB, and HC. So basically, when you draw the altitudes, there were three lines which were connecting the orthocenter to the vertices, right? So those lines also are being bisected by this 9-point circle. It passes through the midpoints of the sides, passes through the vertices of the orthic triangle, and also the midpoints of those 2r cos A, 2r cos B, those lines, right? That circle is called 9-point circle, and the center of that circle is called 9-point center, and that 9-point center is at the midpoint of OC. At the midpoint of OC. Now, since it is at the midpoint of OC, the radius of 9-point circle will become r by 2. We can prove that by doing similarity actually. So you will realize that the 9-point circle is the circumcircle of triangle DEF. DEF was what? DEF was orthic triangle, right? So 9-point circle is the circumcircle of the orthic triangle, correct? Now, you can say that the orthic triangle was similar to the original triangle, right? Orthic triangle can be proved to be similar to the original triangle, can it be? 180? No, it can't be proved to be similar to the original triangle. 1 second. I will have to draw the figure probably for this. 1 second, hold on.
Yes, sir, it can be proven to be similar.
180 minus 2a, 180 minus 2b, and all are the angles. No, there is a similarity, I remember, but is it similar to the original triangle, orthic triangle? Right now, I'm unsure about it. I'll have to check it a little bit. 1 second. Basically, I want to show that the radius is r by 2. Okay. What are you guys talking about? Basic definition everyone knows. What is the basic definition everyone knows?
Sir, in chat they are talking about homothety.
Who knows homothety here? Like right now you're preparing for IOQM, right? It is not required for IOQM. What are you saying about homothety here? 3 people know homothety. So
Sir, they have attended InnoCare.
I know it is a transformation, dude. I'm just saying we want to prove it by methods which are understandable for everyone. No, we cannot do transformations right now in this class. So anyway, 1 second. Let me just draw the figure. So I have to make my orthic triangle and circumcircle of the orthic triangle. So this is my D, E, and F. Let's say F. This is my triangle here.
Sir,
So
I think it's
it is
cannot.
easy proof by trigonometry. Don't worry, I'll do it right now. Because we know everything about the orthic triangle, no? So first thing to realize is 9-point circle is what? It's circumcircle of the orthic triangle. Okay. Circumcircle of DEF, right? Everyone understands that it has to pass through these points.
Yes, sir.
So it has to be circumcircle of DEF, obviously. Forget about the other 6 points. It is circumcircle of DEF for sure, right? And DEF ke bare mein we know everything, right? We know all the angles. We know 180 minus 2A, 180 minus 2B, 180 minus 2C. We know all the sides also, no? A cos A, B cos B, C cos C. Right?
Yes, sir.
We have already discussed orthic triangle, no? We know all the things about DEF. Is everyone understanding what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So if I need the circumcircle of any triangle, what do you have to do? You have to do sine rule in that triangle, no?
Yes, sir.
ABC
Correct.
by 4 delta.
You have to do sine rule, no? So you will say that for circumcircle of DEF, I will say DE by sine of this angle, right? Sine of 180 minus 2C, right? Should be equal to 2 times the circumradius of that triangle, right?
Yes, sir.
And what is DE? DE was what? DE was C cos C.
C cos.
So C cos C divided by, this is sine 2C.
Yes.
Sine 2C is equal to 2 R dash. So R dash is coming out to be C cos C by 2 sine 2C, right? Correct.
Yes.
And R dash is equal to C cos C, and sine 2C can be written as 2
sin C
into
cos.
2 sine C cos C, right? Cos C cancels. It is C by 4 sine C. Correct?
Yes, sir.
And C by sine C is 2R. So 2R by 4 it is, no? So you don't need any projective geometry or linear transformations to do this. You need just basic trigonometry and sine rule. You understand
Sir,
how we are
please
getting?
repeat once.
Yes, sir.
You can do it by simple stuff. No, you know orthic triangle, you know angle sides, you do trigonometry, you do sine rule. And you have proved that 9-point circle radius will be R by 2, right? Everyone understood, no, what is happening?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Then what I want you guys to do is theory wise, all the points and all we have discussed that I needed to finish for triangle geometry. What you should do is exercise 37. Attempt that exercise before IOQM from SL Loni. if someone has not done it, please do it. The first 30 questions in that exercise. First 30. There are more
Okay.
questions than that, but first 30 questions, just do that. You will feel much more confident about geometry if you do this.
Sir, they are subjective question.
These are all subjective questions. They are not going to be easy. If you have doubts, you can message me on my WhatsApp.
Sir, can you share your number for that?
Sir had shared it in the last class.
This is the number.
Yeah, okay, I found it. I had kept it. Thanks.
Okay. And other than that, go through that book, Beautiful Journey Through Olympiad Geometry. Okay. Beautiful Journey. That book is very good. You will learn a lot from there. Don't worry about very hard topics or new concepts right now. Right now, there is only 2-3 weeks left, right? You cannot do a lot of new concepts right now. What you should do is standard stuff which helps you solve problems immediately for the exam. So standard stuff is SL-Noni, standard stuff is basic 9th and 10th circle geometry, all of the geometry results and applying them in problems. So this book that you have here has only pure geometry explanations. So there is no trigonometry here, no bashing. It is pure geometry explanations for everything. So that will help you a lot. And it starts from the basics, much easier than EGMO and any other book. So do that and do this.
Sir,
That
it's
is,
IUQM level only.
it is slightly higher, but it is starting from the basics. Okay, it will explain everything like internal angle bisector theorem. It will prove everything from zero. Okay, so
Sir, is pre-college maths good for geometry?
pre-college maths is going to be good, but I don't think you have time to do that, right? Right now, so much time you don't
Sir,
have. You
it did
cannot
not
finish
have
that.
much examples.
This you can finish. You can finish first 15-20 chapters here. Okay, so just do that. Once you start reading the first few chapters, you realize that it is explaining everything very nicely. And the online version of it is available for free. So you can freely download it. Just search for it on Google, you'll get a download link. You don't have to finish the whole thing. You can just do the first 10-15 chapters here. That will cover enough for IOQM and whatever. So even for the next level, it is enough. INMO and all, it is also enough. So just focus on that. That's all from my side. I have to actually go. That's why I'm finishing the class for now.
Sir, please recommend me a book for non-subjective questions.
This is all non-subjective. Oh,
Yes, sir.
non-subjective questions, I don't know, man. Why will you do non-subjective questions? In all the Olympiads, you have to
Sir,
prepare for
for the
subjective.
pattern of the IUQM.
For pattern of the IOQM, you should just get some of the test papers that the coaching classes and all give, right? There'll be many coaching classes and all which will be offering test papers and all mock papers and stuff. But like what I would recommend is don't worry about the pattern. I don't think IOQM is an exam where you have to worry about the pattern. It's not like JEE. JEE may speed and all matters, right? Here speed doesn't matter. What matters is can you do it or not? You understand?
Yes, sir.
If you are able to do it, you will get enough marks in whatever pattern it comes in. There is enough time. You need to know whether you can do it. So don't prepare for objective questions. Don't spend your time thinking about ki objective questions ka pattern mujhe karna hai. That is a waste of your time. You have to know the concepts. Like don't care about the pattern right now. Who cares, dude? You have to solve out of 30 questions. If you solve 15, then you will get for sure, right? If you solve 10-15 questions, depending on your state, you will for sure get in. So don't worry about the pattern. Work on your good books. Work through good books. Don't waste your time on 100 books. Do 1 or 2 things properly. That is my advice. Message me if you have any more doubts. I have to leave now, so I'll end the class at this point.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you,
Bye.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.